Hello, my little hivelings, my fellow wastelanders. Welcome back to the Moonshadow Mystery channel. As always, I'm your rainbow-eyed bug bunny host, Compound Eyes. Better known to you as Moonshadow Mystery the Changeling. My Shadow the Changeling. And today is part 2 of our Moonshadow Play / Moonshadow Explores Fallout 4, which is a separate series from our Moonshadow Plays Fallout Holstein. Check it out by clicking my name above the video description down below. Be sure to start with episode 1. Bear in mind, as a brony, Fallout Holstein as well as Fallout Equestria 3 and Fallout New Pegasus are all brony themed Let's Plays. If you don't like them, don't check them out. Plain and simple. As well as I'll click the link in the description below specifically for part 1 if you haven't already seen it. Because today we are focusing exclusively on the Nexus mod, The Lost Vault. I'll try to remember to include a link in the description for that as well for anyone who wants to check it out. Bear in mind, however, if you're not already aware of this, and you should be, but if for some reason you're not, using mods will unfortunately disable your ability to gain achievements while playing Fallout 4. It's an unfortunate truth. However, I believe there are mods that you can use to fix that. I honestly keep forgetting to look for them. Maybe I'll actually remember to after this. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But get ready, because today's episode is going to be one of our spookiest and possibly one of our most combat-focused ones to date. Things might get a little bit laggy and a little bit hard to maneuver, thanks to all the companions we have, including Dogmeat, the Dogbots, Piper, Patriot, and of course, Sentinel. But without further ado, let's get out of the hay and into the fray so that you can join me as we explore the cavernous maze that is Vault 117 and the radioactive glowing sea. In 3, 2, 1. I really hope Piper doesn't glorify. Just because I don't want her to be miserable. Alright, going up this embankment, we come to the whereabouts of the mod location of the Lost Vault. The vault itself is actually Vault 117, which is actually a vault that was originally supposed to appear in Fallout 4, but was cut from the game prior to man, it is hard to see crap here. Oh yes, yes, you get to see something awesome. Behold, thanks to another mod I have installed, a Deathclaw skeleton. Isn't it just awesome and gory and disgusting? Now, interesting thing about this vault, in Fallout 4's canon lore, this vault was supposed to be near Jamaica Plain. However, it was cut. For whatever reason, the creator of this mod decided to put it here in the glowing sea. Which I suppose lore-wise can be explained that Jamaica Plain did not agree to have a vault put there for whatever reason. Probably due to lack of affirmation that vault techs, vault would work, or not having the funding. Either way, this vault is epically huge. Most of what we see outside in the cases is almost all of them had military attire for whatever reason, in addition to casual wear. Sorry about that. This vault is supposed to be massive, like one of the biggest vaults, like ever. Like we know Vault-Tec's vaults were supposedly able to hold as many as 1,000 people. Well, this one would definitely hold 1,000 people and then some. There are unique assets to this place. I have been in here a little bit before, but we're going to explore it together a little bit more in detail. When you come in here, you find the unique item, like we just saw, the Vault-Tec hazmat suit, which offers astounding radiation resistance. There are a number of these you can loot while you're in here, as well as a Vault 117 jumpsuit, some Pride Pit Boys, Vault 117 utility jumpsuit. That's just weird. And there are numerous entrance places you can go there. We're going to start with the depot. Now be warned, there are a ton of ghouls here. All of them Vault residents at one point, and they are all hostile. They're all feral, man. Oh, there's also a few of these. For whatever reason, these Mr. Handies, I guess, treat everyone who's not a 117 resident as hostile. I don't fully get the reason why, but it's cool. There is a lot of this brain fungus. And believe me, there are a huge number. Now, even though the vault, I mean, you saw the crane outside, this vault was technically in service when the bombs dropped. However, it was still undergoing renovations up to the point. They were actually working on expanding, and we'll explore that. See, you have a vault security feral. If I'm not mistaken, there should be... I think that was the only feral in this wing. The interesting thing is that gore mod I have installed is actually pretty useful here, because any ghoul that we crit hit gets reduced to a skeletal burn mass, just as if we had found them that way. Which is just fine, because we can't actually loot the vault suits off of the ghouls in here. So it's a good thing we actually find a few of them here and there throughout the vault. And yes, I have explored this one briefly, as I stated, but it was in one of my other builds. Oh god, mannequins. Oh, they made it even creepier. Oh, I didn't know you could make them creepier. We pretty much explored the depot. I think the depot was originally going to be something else, but this one is huge. Housing a lot of these crates for whatever reason. Now, if I'd been smart, I would have installed, not really installed, but worn the Vault-Tec hazmat suit. It has a huge rad resistance, actually. And the frying pit boys and the broken hazmat suits aren't really good for anything except for material or display. But again, this place is massive. I could probably have done a whole video dedicated exclusively to this vault. We're going to try and explore it, hopefully in under an hour and a half. But you're going to see there's a whole lot of brain fungus. And that's because as many of these ghouls as there are just as many who killed themselves prior to ghoulification. After, well, we'll explore the reasoning in time. Again, even as we sit in here, you can see all kinds of brain fungus. Like I said, this place has a huge, population, and you gotta get used to sites like this. Like I said, a lot of these vault dwellers killed themselves, and some of the scenes are pretty horrific. For whatever reason, and there are a lot of these variously sized Vault Boy and Vault Girl statues, which I personally find unsettling. I'm not sure what the purpose of them was, and I'm not sure I want to know. Now we're going to step through here, climb up the steps, and go around. I feel like this is a section I neglected to explore last time, so yay, because it means new environment, new things I've not actually seen, so I'll be equally surprised. And yeah, anyway, because I was trying to figure out forever how to get up here. No! No, 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 no! No! I didn't go to the residential zone. Nope. Back! And don't worry, you can find some of the security guard uniforms as well. Just have a little bit of patience. Just a little patience. Sorry. Yeah, that goes to the quote-unquote services zone. We'll explore that briefly. Now this atrium is huge, very reminiscent of Vault 76, with all the banners and whatnot. Before we explore any further into the residential or the services zone, we're going to continue and go up these stairs because I have not gotten to see what's up here, and I'm really excited to see what could be lying in wait. I figured it wouldn't be long before a bullet. Ooh, the overseer office. Huh. That's a neat little terminal. I don't think I've seen the terminal quite like that before. That worked. It's still nice to see something unique. Ghoul Flesh is something brought back by the Wasteland Imports mod. What do we have here that goes to the residential zone? Okay, we don't want to go there. However, I do want to go into the Overseer's office. I am really curious to see what it looks like. We are going to save real quick though, just on the off chance that I freeze. I don't know if I will freeze up or not, but I don't like taking... Ooh, we got to pick the lock. Based on the bodies, that tells me the Overseer locked themselves away after the disaster. Okay. Jesus! I'm not gonna lie, that legitimately caught me off guard. That scared the ever-living crap out of me because I wasn't expecting it. Ooh, elevator keycard. Yay. That'll come in handy later. And I like this, you actually see the atrium a little bit. The statues are kind of creep me out a little bit more than normal. Okay. Technical document, can always use those. I don't know how I feel about my bed being next to the stove. But it is what it is. Another one of those creepy Joker-inspired mannequins. Alright. Alright, I believe we are going to... You know what, we're just going to follow the same route I took last time that I was exploring this place. Because a lot of these halls actually interconnect anyway. We'll save going to maintenance and security for last. What we're going to do is we're going to come right up here. We're going to go into the services zone. The services zone and the residential zone have the two largest populations of ferals in Vault 117. I recommend coming here with some good armor, preferably power armor. I made the mistake of forgetting to grab mine. Yeah, I don't know what this was supposed to go to. I mean, that is a legitimate old-fashioned door. So this connected to something else. Apparently somebody's basement or something. They probably part of the Vault's original experiment. But yeah, a lot of stim packs, lots of right-of-way, good armor. I have the ghoulish proof, so I think that's the reason why my radiation is kind of alright. Hope Hyper can say the same. But we are going to be ambushed big time. If you have any ambient light mods, this is going to be like a real like horror setting. See, you can see like several ferals just in that area. Whoops. I had a vertibird grenade. I was using that to travel around before. You know what? That worked out. They created an awesome... Oh yeah, thank What was your first clue, Patriot? For the Brotherhood! Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of these sections have upper and lower levels. Again, Patriot, what was your first clue? Yeah, sorry, I am going to be able to snip you again. Let's see. To the right down the hall from what was the dining hall, we have the bathroom facilities, which are fairly nicely sized. So this connects to the residential zone. We don't want to go there just yet. Like I said, these zones are huge. They interconnect all over the place. It's easy to get lost in here. I just want to follow up. Can you make a lap? Alright. Well, look right here. This is actually a waiting room. Like, this is a huge medical facility. I mean, if you remember Vault 101 from Vault 3, it was a teeny tiny little space. But this place has a full-on hospital wing. Like, I don't know what the experiment for this place was, but this is opulent. I believe that's the right word. There are certain words I've not had a reason to use in a long time. Point is, this place, compared to most Vault-Tech's vaults, if this thing was an experiment, it was a very elaborate and very pricey one. There's not really much of a story given for it, and you definitely tell some of these people died mid-operation, whatever it was they were going through. And again, we just barely entered into the commons and the med bay. We still gotta go up here. I don't remember which way went where. Or to what. Okay. You say that, and yet you're the one who comes for Bolton. You know, you literally come at me. Guns blazing, Mr. Handy. Alright, we're already in this one, so we're just going to go ahead and continue this way. There's no way to turn lights on to my knowledge. I do believe there are a few barrels
sparsely scattered here and there in this area. Thought one of them was in here. Apparently I was wrong. This is a great spot if you want to get some more Vault 117 jumpsuits. I don't know if they're compatible with Ballistic Weave or any of the other vanilla armor modifications. But again, this place is well stocked. Let's see, continuing here, we have bicycles. Here, going in this door, we got weight room, more bicycles, gymnastics equipment. So we've entered the gym, which thankfully has 2 separate rooms, so plenty of space for people to exercise. Over here we have what I believe was either some type of arcade. I believe that's what it was an arcade. And there's a Giddy Up Buttercup here, and ever since Mothership, Zeta, and Fallout 3, I've kind of been wary of them. Circling around this way. We got 2 routes we can go. I believe this connects back to that split we had before. Out of the way. We're going to continue to what I believe is the theater, the cinema. Alright, they have been dispatched. There's always a straggler. So I kind of go up the stairs and I'm back to the ones when I get ambushed again. Oh, they died. As a group, probably started up. And there is one of the mini scenes I was talking about. That is a pretty good lighting effect. Whoever made the mod really did a good job at creating a horrific atmosphere. We're going to go back down here. We're going to go this way, which goes up the stairs again. And this leads, I believe, to the projectionist's room. And there is the cause of the shadow. The projectionist hung himself. All kinds of real wheels all over the place. Right now I'm kind of glad I'm not in power armor, because with, Patriot and, Sentinel here does not give a lot of room for maneuvering. Yeah, here we go again. Where are you at? Did we explore that room? I don't think we did. And this is more of an immediate examination, kind of physical room. Paperwork fell out, brief exams, inoculations, things of that nature. Winston, come back down this. Hold on, everyone.
Come on, boy. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. My dog is just being kind of weird tonight.
Please give me just a few moments while I tend to him. I'll try and fix this in post. My deepest apologies, everyone. My dog can be a little bit of a pain when he wants to be. Now I know that Mr. Handy is around here somewhere. Where he's at, I don't know. Somehow or other, we actually missed him. Okay, the cafeteria's kitchen is actually bigger than it looks. There's a tut bag in here. Okay. Yeah, these Mr. Handys aren't frenzied. They just seem to be programmed to only cater to Vault 117 residents. We're not Vault 117, so we're viewed as being enemies of the vault, I reckon. Well, we're bad down here. We're going to enter into the residential zone now. And the residential zone only connects to two spots, I believe, which is the main atrium. And I think the only other spot it connects to, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but I think it only connects to two spots, the atrium and one other. And at this point, I'm wishing I had a night vision scope. I don't know if you can get those attached to Gatling lasers. Let's see here, what do I have? Like a whole lot of those. Very nice. Ask and you shall receive. Alright. There we go. Now this hallway doesn't seem to have a whole lot to it. But we're about to get to a whole mess of enemies, I do believe. Okay, the gymnasium. That's where the door goes to. Well, we should be able to go up the stairs and circle back around and then come back down this way. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see here.
It's stuck.
Yeah, there's a number of completely inaccessible areas of the residential zone. And honestly, this area is by far, in my opinion, one of the creepiest parts of this vault. For a whole slew of reasons. The corridors definitely play a big part of it. I'm noticing a whole lot. I'm doubling back. Now, a lot of these are pretty much identical spaces. They each have like 2 to 3 rooms inside, almost all of them having a bathroom, and at least one bedroom, some of them having an additional room for either an office or another bedroom. This one seems to be in the 2-bedroom setup. As you can see, the vault residents made an active effort to either hide, try and escape, or barricade themselves for protection. This pair clearly went the extra mile and ended up killing one another. The brain fungus didn't here. This is what happened to this vault. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, it began caving in after the bombs dropped. I guess because this was so close to along the sea. The vault's structural walls began to collapse. When it collapsed, the residents, I believe, went into panic mode. I mean, they were probably alright for a while, but then they realized radiation was coming in, and they were kind of at each other's throats trying to, I guess, get to the most secure areas of the vault, areas that were least likely to be affected by radiation. A whole lot of them just kind of I guess were either killed by other residents or just kind of laid here and die. And yes, there was a Programmer's Digest. Skill magazines are back in the fold thanks to the one mod I have installed. Again, a lot of these rooms are like identical for the most part. Some of these smaller ones have just like one bedroom, then like a nicer little living room suite. Sometimes I get confused by that. I think this room was just in. It is. Again, this place is very labyrinthian, very easy to get turned around in here. And again, sorry, I'm saying that way too much. Some of these scenes are much more tame, and some of them are a whole lot more depressing than others. And the way some of these rooms collapsed is unsure. I'm assuming that one collapsed from the ceiling, which is why what would have been the other bedroom is just not accessible. Most of these bathrooms are fairly well alright, nothing really spectacular, nothing special. But again, the scenes are kind of different. These two clearly just kind of laid there and succumbed to radiation. That or they were executed in their sleep. There's not really much telling. That's kind of where we're exploring every room, trying our best to learn the story here. Oh, that guy hung himself. There's a whole lot of them who went that route. I'm actually impressed you got the rope attached to the ceiling at all. Definitely a bachelor suite. You can see a lot of these room hallways are blocked off. I think we're going to be fair to Piper real quick, though.
Hey, Piper.
Hungry? These always keep me going.
Unfortunately, I didn't give us the option to trade with her. Otherwise, I was going to give her one of the hazmat suits we got. Oh, you see that? That's real sad. Both parents hung themselves, and then the toddler, the toddler, I guess, just starved to death. Or I don't know. That's depressing. I always see what was going on in there, but they made an effort to block that room off, so something was in there. Both parents died. Like I said, the brain fungus levels in this particular vault are like ridiculous. Now it's giving me the force lock option. I tried it, didn't work. All I succeeded in doing was making it so I didn't do anything.
Bro.
Yeah, that guy was probably a hefty fella. He just kind of died when the door slammed down onto him. And some of these are more busted up than others. Gosh darn it. They put the toilet paper backwards. It's just a pet peeve of mine, you know. I'm just one of those people, I prefer the toilet roll to go like over, not under. And it just really annoys me when it goes under. This is a whole lot harder for me and to figure out where the heck the next square is. Alright, that goal came from here. This is another one of those bachelor suites. And we're getting close to the end of this hallway, which leads to one of the biggest accumulations of brain fungus in any one location I have ever seen. Like seriously, the amount of brain fungus in this one spot is absurd. Like the closest to anything like this I've seen was Vault, I believe 21 in New Vegas, or Vault 22, whichever one it was, which was the greenhouse vault. And that wasn't brain fungus, but it was awful close. We got Vault-Tec supplement pills. And these actually have a very neat effect. They're worth gathering. And I'm sure the supplement was part of the Vault experiment. And this was clearly a family one because bunk beds and there's the parents. So probably a set of twins, and then yeah, look at this. The brain fungus literally covers the floor, the ceiling, the wall. What would have been a hallway is just, or a bench area is just completely inaccessible. Like all of this brain fungus here, this is probably where the vast majority of people trying to gather. I don't know why it accumulated here. Oh, man, this is just horrifying. And what's worse is the brain fungus here. I was gonna get even more. It's just like hugely radioactive. Like, I didn't realize it was that radioactive last time I was here. Like the last time I saw rad levels that high, I was near Vault 87, where the super mutants originate in Fallout 3. And that was a point either of one of the big missiles or an intentional Vault Tech experiment, one or the other. Oh, they died in the shower. Well. Well, he finally speaks. Now, I'm sure these supplements, which do have a huge effect on radiation intake, had something to do with the collapse and with the Vault's experiment. So I'm sure the collapse was rigged. Even before the bombs dropped. So it was probably always going to end up this way. We've about reached the end of the line for this hallway. I'll have to double back shortly. Again, these pills have an awesome effect. They remove a huge amount of radiation, I believe. Want to take a quick look real quick. Yeah, they give us a 200 second ride resistance. And 200 ride resistant for however many seconds. That is amazing. It's honestly one of the best, ride resistant bonuses like I've ever seen. So it doesn't hurt to stock up on them if you install this mod. Especially if you want to explore the glowing sea without the concern over fusion cores and power armor. We got one last hallway to explore before we head to the gymnasium. Then after the gymnasium, we've got the final areas to explore, which we have to go back to the main atrium to get to. Stupid monkeys. Yeah, whoever lived here definitely was doing their best to protect themselves and their kids. Didn't seem to help them any. We're in the last hallway now. It seems like we may have already taken care of the majority of the ghouls. At least in this area. But we still got those Vault Boy and Vault Girl statues are just unsettling. They are all over the place in here. It's almost as if they were trying way too hard to make the residents here believe that Vault Tech was actually looking out for their best interest. We all know that was a lie. It's moments like this where, Portal's GLaDOS's "the cake is a lie" thing always pops into your head. I may have to double back. Oh no, we're nearing an hour and a half. This is longer than I intended it to be. Oh, two more little mini hallways. There's much more to explore than I thought, or than I remembered. Yeah, it's fine by me. Like I said, this place is huge. It's labyrinthian.
Nice.
And they were actually going to make it even bigger. Caught me off guard. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, thanks for that, Patriot. See another inaccessible one. It's like the locking mechanisms themselves were malfunctioning. Either that or the residents intentionally broke them to seal themselves in, choosing to die one way than another. Which to a point I can kind of understand. Although it's also possible some of these rooms were intended to be for after single residents became married. That way they could have families. I'm really not sure. I'm probably looking way too far into all this. We've nearly gotten back to the end of this hallway. And we got more to see. And I'm not getting up till we've seen all of it.
Got it.
Another one. Oh, that kid died under his bed. I'm not even going to negatively criticize him, you know? Given whatever setup they were in, whatever scenario they were experiencing, finding under the bed was probably the appropriate response at the time. Alright, we're going to double back here. And this way. We have found the classroom. Fairly sizable classroom at that. There's a whole lot of these busted up hazmat suits all over the place for whatever reason. Oh, this guy, he got in trouble. I want to take a look at Ms. Morgan's terminal real quick. It's quite a big class. Quite a few of these kids were sick the last time they attended. Okay, let's see. Nice little syllabus, not really anything new. The GOAT test, the Generalized Occupational Aptitude Test. Now this takes us back. Alright, we're gonna head back out here. Okay, that just connects back to the atrium. As does that. We don't want to go to the atrium. What we want here's a room I didn't notice before. This is one of the scientist rooms. It probably connects back to a hidden room in the atrium. The staff tunnels. Okay, where do we get the staff tunnel key? Probably down this way. If not, we'll cheat. Well, the staff room, halfway decent setup. I turned the light off because a lot of the times these keys are on the end of a glowing Nuka-Cola bottle keychain. Makes them kind of easy to spot. Not this time apparently. I'm going to work around here for a minute. This may be a little bit longer video than I intended it to be, which is fine. Well, we'll come back here. We'll come back here. We just need to remember when we come back from the gymnasium to go straight ahead. I didn't mean we can just save. That's okay. Now the gymnasium only, if I remember correctly, only has 2 occupants. Going to the left here, in this door we see a big empty bathroom and locker room facility. One thing in here is viscera and skeletons. Big emphasis on the viscera. Same goes for this room. There's clearly some issues going on here. People took the impending doom to settle scores, kind of petty. And we'll turn the light off for a minute for our own well-being. Okay. Well, there's one of our big burly adversaries down. Penetrating hunting rifle. Now look at that. Whoever modeled this skeleton really went out of their way to try their hardest. And yep, the gymnasium is in fact a Deathclaw den. And yep, they burrowed in here from the glowing sea. And their tunnels snake all over the place, connecting to hidden water and gas mains this whole place is very unsettling. There's a number of stuff like this, little loot crates that they, drug off while trying to make their nest. These tunnels are real easy to get turned around in. Oh, we don't want to go out to the glowing sea. And I've never actually took the time to see where that entrance is. You know what? We're going to do that. I actually have no idea where this entrance is at. It'd be nice to know where it's at. Just for reference, if nothing else. Huh. That was not helpful at all. Aside from the fact that there is a crashed bird that I didn't know was out there. Well, if you need a minigun, it's a good spot to go. Oh, there's really nothing special. Going back in. Sorry everyone. Being a little bit phlegmy. Yeah, that connects back down into the gym. Okay, we found an untouched deathclaw egg. Okay, we'll take that. A nocturnal lever action. Nice. And as you can see, they drug a number of either vault dwellers or just random corpses of people who were trying to get into the vault on the outside down in here. We have to remember that Deathclaws, while having mutated a lot more since the Great War, through genetic mutation, experimentation, and other things, were actually a byproduct of pre-war America. You have to remember that Deathclaws were actually originally invented by pre-war scientists to try and turn the tide against the communist Chinese. The government wanted a super soldier who could be programmed, trained basically like a dog, to kill anything in its path. Unfortunately, we have not found whatever key we need.
Only opens with a key.
Yeah, I don't know where the hidden quarters key is at. So we are simply going to put, we're going to chill a bit on the lock. I mean, we're almost 2 hours into this already. This is an area I've never been to, never explored. And there's a whole lot more to this vault. Like I said, this thing is labyrinthian. We may end up having to do this as a multi-parter. I hope not, but we may have to. Presuming I haven't done so already. This is weird, just seeing like actual like doors from an actual structure. I mean, even though this is Vault Tech's offices, I mean, if these tunnels are in fact part of the experiment, whatever it may have been at the time, I don't know, so I might get some answers as to exactly what that is. Let's see, measures in the Vault Tech crew is no easy task, so this simple guide will explain how it's done, so with the staff in the overseer can have an easy transition. This vault is equipped with many specialized panels that only open from the inside, meaning no nosy residents will find out that our operation by accident. One is located in the atrium, which we found. Another in the residential zone, which is the one we found that we came in here with. And the last is in the simulation sector, behind the general store. Wait a minute, simulation sector? I think that's the spot I didn't find. We at Voltec recommend doing the transition in the dead of night. To avoid the public eye finding out about our operation, the overseer must leave a note stating it was their turn to leave the vault. Optionally, with their partner, if they're in a relationship. If the overseer has children, they must be left in the custody of the family without a child, detailed in the note. Okay, so this is all very detailed. And this continued up till literally just a year prior to the events of Fallout 3. That was when, I guess, the radiation became too much and everyone in Vault 117 went feral. So that is a nice continuity nod from this mod's developer to the events of the actual game. That door is inaccessible, so that must be the one connecting to the atrium, since as we saw it was boarded up for whatever reason. And we're circling around to where the other side would have gone. We're going to circle this way, go the opposite direction we did the first time. And what do you know, there's even more. This is Vault Tech's personal facilities. Clearly some of the Vault Tech scientists decided to end their own lives as well. There they succumbed to radiation poisoning, I'm not sure. Big double door here. So far, no ghouls in these areas. All these scientists just died, which is weird. Now we have found the Vault Tech scientist residential area. What do we have? Oh, the ladies. Oh, they're segregated into men and women. That's nice. That's a nice little detail. Another office. What is behind door number? I lost track which door. Ooh. A separate generator room for their sector. Nice. Okay, and that's where we came in at. So we need to head down this way. And now head down. Vault Tech kitchen area with. Oh, that's nice. A little mural to the Vault Tech advertisement on all the billboards and whatnot. Give me just a moment, everyone. Sorry about that, I had a response from our dear pal Shauna, the lady who was our guide to the wonderful, wonderful world of Subnautica. I said there were 3 separate entrances. Strangely enough, we've only found the way we came in from the residential area. Oh, there's another one. Wait, is it? That leads to the residential zone. But we've not found the entryway for the simulation area they pointed out. Maybe that's an oversight they didn't realize until after the fact. Well, that's alright. We'll head back to the local vault. And we'll head back to the atrium so that we can continue forward. Well, I am confused by the Oh. Never mind, I just had a eureka moment. I know, I actually know precisely where the simulation zone is. That was one of the areas that was being built. That was left incomplete due to unforeseen circumstances. And that is the zone we're going to next. Maintenance and security. Which means this shouldn't be too much longer, although this will probably be a minimum 2-parter. Yeah, there aren't quite as many ghouls in this sector, but the hallways do make finding them a little tricky. issues, even without ambient light mods, this place is a true nightmare scenario. Very Resident Evil. Resident Evil. God. Alright, now let's look around. And this whole area is the maintenance and security wing. We're in the security side of things, which is good for us because in this room right here, Vault-Tec security armor. There's a couple of them. Mainly so that I can outfit my Vault 88 designated security guards in attire, as I don't like to be non-immersive in that particular aspect. Alright, bright side, this most likely two-part episode is at the very least exciting. Yeah, that was a few years after the bomb drop, a little bit of time, a few years after 3's time frame. We're going to head down here, further into the security sector. There's not really much to see down here aside from a few, barracks, prison cells. There's really nothing special about most of them. There are one or two unique looking ones, but the main thing with them is the state of their occupants, such as that. From what I can gather, at least one of these cells had an occupant who was deemed high risk or high priority. Wasn't that guy? Matter of fact, it was this one. You can tell this is the only one without a window, the only one with a security barrier. And as you can tell, they soundproofed this cell. Apparently this guy felt that the punishment didn't fit the crime. He eventually ended himself. By the looks of it, he made several attempts to do so by bashing himself against the wall. Right now, but we're going to head over to the maintenance side of things. There are a handful of goals left over there and a couple of Mr. Handies. For the most part, though, compared to this side, it should be a cakewalk. And then we head that way, and that'll be the last area in this vault. Again, this vault, whatever the actual experiment was going to be, in the official canon, probably differs drastically from what the mod creator set up. And as you can see, they had a huge setup for the power system. And the fact that the system was busted is probably part of why this place evolufied the way it did. Opening up here, you can see they had a huge supercomputer setup going on for whatever odd reason. I mean, the fact that there was supposed to be a simulation department simulating the pre-war world outside, I mean, this was definitely going to be a huge effort in trying to fix and rebuild society.
Got it.
I can only speculate at what was they were intending to try and do here. It is interesting how much you can actually see going on underneath and around you. Like, I can only imagine how many hundreds of hours of work went into the development of this single mod to add back in this vault, even if it wasn't where it was originally meant to be. I mean, you have dedicated growing areas for wheat, for corn. I mean, if you're a big settlement builder, this is a great place to go in order to get crops. I mean, again, you have to install it from the Nexus mod, and you have to go through a whole awful lot, so it may not be worth the effort in the end. Alright, we are officially done with maintenance. Whoa. It is time to go boldly where no vault dweller of 117 dare to go before. The exit. Now, the unfinished simulation sector, the caves. I'm going to just say after responding in. Hopefully you're not getting to see our conversation. As you can see, it's kind of similar to how Vault 88 was, as far as, you know, being under construction. I want to go up here because we got a special little treat for these ghouls. One of them are actually still here. Oh, jeez. I really hope so. That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Might actually be safe here with the Doom PFG. Yeah, like I said, this thing is quite similar to Vault 88 Maze. You got train track souls still. You got these things. I'm not really sure where this was going to connect back into the hidden sector. This area was occupied mainly by the people who were constructing the vault. Pretty much everyone down here who's a ghoul were the people who were building and excavating. But as you can see, this whole area was going to be turned into a big simulation zone. Like artificial light for plants, replicas of buildings. But this place was going to be like virtually a utopia. Do not fall into the molten magma down below if you can help it. And there really ain't much else here to look at. And basically reaching the end of the road. I don't think I can fast travel from inside here. I think I made that attempt. It didn't work. Yeah, there's not really anything else to look at. Yeah, just a little over 2 hours in total, so this is probably going to be a two-parter. Otherwise it'll take ages to upload. I don't know, I may do it all as one big thing. I haven't really decided yet as a recording. For now we better get out of here. But yeah, strangely, there was no indicator of where the alleged third hidden entryway for Vault Tech people was going to be at, even though they mentioned it. Yeah, this pretty much confirms that this was where the secret thing was, because the board got can get in it. Yeah, Vault Life magazine. Alright, we're going to get out of here, and I don't know where we're going to go. We're going to get out of here, though, so we can wrap this episode up. Actually, I don't know how to get out here. Oh, okay. That's actually a pretty clever way of doing it. No less, no plus. Alright, now let's fast travel the heck out of here. Preferably all the way out, but first, let's go to the vertebrate wreckage so I can show you where on the screen that is. I know I showed you where it should be, but due to an issue with, not really with recording, but me forgetting to save, I had to go back through and, redo a whole bunch of things before recording today's video. So So right here, between the hole of the vertebrate and the left wing, is the disintegrator, the unique Watts 3000 series plasma rifle. Enclave property. I'm not really sure what all improvements can be made to it, so I'm actually excited here. Quick save. We'll take a look at it. It's Spectacle Island. Before we end the video, just so we can see what we can do with it. I don't know if there are any more uniquely named ones in the game through this mod. Honestly, I'm glad there's at least one. Hopefully we don't have another infinite load screen like we did the last time we recorded. We're still fighting them. I've had those rad stags initiate the fight. Alright. Need to get away from the top. Well, real quick, since none of you viewers have gotten to see this yet, because there were issues with the save, I did expand on the construction in order to create a unique space to display the NCR salvaged, the Scorched Sierra, and the Courier 6 Leggett Carrare power armors. This isn't that war friendly, everyone, because the Courier 6 defeated Leggett Lanius and chose to side with Kaisar. He wouldn't have the physical strength that Lanius did to carry the armor. So you would have to use an actuated power armor frame in order to do so. So this is, in fact, war friendly. And I'm getting out of here, going over here. We're going to see what kind of modifications we can put on the old disintegrator, if any. Because I was going to modify the blade of the east, and it wouldn't let me. Even though I guess it's because it's just the thing with it. I have a separate mod that puts in the bumper swords. Okay, let's see here. We got. It's got an overcharged capacitor. I think the super mutants are attacking again. It's got an improved shotgun barrel. Ammo swapped into a combat barrel. It's got a full stock. We can convert it to any number of other stocks. Ooh, we can give it a wooden stock. That's nice. Recoil compensating. We'll give it a recoil compensator. Just because it's style. Improved short scope. Targeting recon. I like it. Long recon. Excuse me. We're going to go with a medium. I'm going with the long recon. No, we're go with short since we got the assault rifle barrel. Oh, we got Civvy, Classic, Desert, Institute, military style. Oh, they ruined it with a digital camera. Well, since this is the disintegrator, we'll leave it with that. leave it in semi-auto. Alright, now let's go see what my missiles were shooting at. Strangely enough, I've had pretty much anything other than death claws. You know, go out of the way to tell you, I've had random wolves, super mutants. But even though death claws have been caged and let loose to roam the island, they're the one thing that never attacks. See? Wolves. Ooh. Rapid Dawn Star. Oh, no, it's a mongrel. That's a wolf, though. That's a wolf. Yeah, like I said, randomly getting attacked by things that I've not caged. I don't even know how they're getting on the island. Like, seriously. What wolf pack just decides we're going to swim to this random island? Well, that's where you went, Mr. Whiskers.
No, it's okay.
Good kitty. I don't know how you ended up under the ground, though. Certainly explains why I wasn't able to find you. Though I'm glad I noticed the cat because I have not checked these cages in a while. Oh, it's a labby. It's a labby. Oh, I like Labradors. Oh, love fly, huh? Target practice. Oh yeah, I like this. Alright everyone, that is... better call it quits. We're at 2 minutes and almost 15 seconds, probably more than that, counting the intro, outro. 2 hours and 15 minutes, sorry. For the whole thing. Probably going to split it up into 2 roughly 45-minute long segments, probably. Or hour-long segments. But thanks for tuning in. Let us know what you thought. Did you enjoy your getting to explore mods from the Nexus mod community pertaining to player settlement homes and other unique places? Speaking personally, Listening Post Zulu is one of my favorite player settlement mods that I've had since the one I have for Fallout New Vegas. Or maybe you prefer the player bunker located in Sanctuary. And what are your thoughts on the Lost Vault, Vault 117, out in the glowing sea? Even though, again, according to the lore, it's supposed to be near Jamaica Plain. I'm actually having trouble finding Jamaica Plain on right here. Yeah, even though Vault 117 is supposed to be over here near Jamaica Plain, I'm not really upset about the fact that it's in the glowing sea instead. Well, what are your thoughts on the places we have explored? I probably will leave this as is. It'll be one of the longest videos I've ever done. Anyway, what are your thoughts? What did you think of listening quote? Or rather, if you want to call it listening post, when it's actually, oh, it is listening post Zulu, the player bunker in Sanctuary, and Vault 117. And what are your thoughts on some of the other things we've explored and checked out while we were doing all this? Say hello to Servertron69. The Servertron mod allows you to create unique bases of robots using the robot workbench. You need to start with an Assaultron body and you can convert it to Servertron. It has adult-oriented features that you can utilize. I have not utilized them on that particular one, thankfully. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below, and feel free to tell me if there are any other mods you'd like to see featured in these videos in the future. I wish I could have featured all the new radio mods I have installed, but we all know how YouTube can be when it comes to that stuff. Well, let me know if you liked today's video, and feel free to give a high five or disintegrator blast to that like button. And if you didn't, that's okay. Let me know in the comments why you didn't like it. Feel free to apple butt or plasma grenade that dislike button. Again, if you have other mods you'd like to see featured, let me know. I actually had originally intended on featuring Fallout 3's experimental medical power armor, but unfortunately I have not been able to find it. I have the mod installed, but I've not, as of yet, been able to figure out where the heck it's at. So if you have that mod yourself, let me know in the comments where it's supposed to be located at, because I have no clue. Anyways, everyone, that's all the time we have for today. Stay tuned, check the video description down below for other ways you can be involved with us here on the channel, including our DeviantArt account, the official Facebook and Steam group page, the Rainbow-Eyed Hive. There's one of it's named both in Steam and Facebook. It's not the same group, but it is, well, it is and it isn't. Also, feel free to follow me over on Twitter and other ways, and there are other ways, including Patreon. If you have recommendations for potential Patreon rewards, let me know those either over on the Patreon page or here in the video description. I have some ideas, I have some things already in store. I am behind on certain projects, and I apologize for that. Hard to get motivated some days, even harder when you're having to work around other distractions. If you have any fan art you'd like to submit, either of Fallout 4 or any of the other content we've covered here on the channel, or even of myself and my OCs, submit them to one of the links provided. Submitted fan art will be featured in the end credits of a future video, and maybe even in the fan art section on our DeviantArt page. Be sure to include a link to the original, a name you can associate it with, and be sure to properly credit the source material. If you'd like your fan art featured on the DeviantArt page, feel free to let us know if you would like to give us permission to do so. Anyways, everyone, that's all the time we have for today. Have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and a great weekend ahead of you, and get around to see today's video. And as always, remember, don't go changing for anyone but yourselves. Hope to see you right back here, same changing time, same changing channel, in the next exciting video.
And remember, my fellow brothers and sisters, sit over Victor.
Take care. We'll see you right over here next time as we get out of the hay and into the fray once again.